Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
And with that, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly hope you all are having a good Friday. I'm having a good one. Not as warm today as it was the last 48 hours. It was, I think Wednesday it was 70, 73 degrees, and then yesterday I got up to 74 degrees. So yeah, certainly hope and today it's 40 degrees. I think the high today is I'm sorry, the high is supposed to be 40 degrees. Let me double check here. Uh yeah, the high is supposed to be 46, and it looks like right now it's 35. So looks like by later this evening it's gonna around 5 o'clock, it's gonna be about 45. Now tomorrow, I have to work tomorrow night, so gonna be how cold would it be when I get off in the morning? Gonna be 40 degrees when I get off tomorrow morning. So not bad, not bad. I'll be asleep most of the day though. So, but shout out to everybody that's here now and will be here later. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. I put it up, I pinned it so that you all can check it out. We're going to talk about a few things today. We got Hogwarts selling 12 million. It was announced by the studio, and congratulations to them. Holy moly. I mean, just think they did that in what, less than, when did Hogwarts come out? Like a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks ago? And that's already at 12 million. And you think of a Elden toilet ring that sold 20 million, but it took it a year. And so really think about that. It's just the differences, and how based on that rate, it's going to be the highest selling game of the year. I don't see anything coming out this year that's going to reach 10 million. I mean, do you all? I mean, not based on what's been announced so far as sales, not monthly active users and all that kind of stuff. So just wow. Totally shocked the hell out of me that it was that it sold that well. But again, you have to remember with Harry Potter, that whole entire world, there's people who have just only read the books. Like my niece has only read the books. She has not watched the movies. My niece's friends didn't read the books and only watched the movies. Then you have people that did both, and so you're bringing those people together, and then the video gamers. I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I just know it's a scaled down version of Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's what it is. From what I saw, it looks like a scaled down version of the Lord of the Rings, and I'm a much bigger fan of Lord of the Rings than I am of Harry Potter. But that's nothing. That's just, I'm not taking nothing away from the game itself. I know there were people trying to boycott the game. Well, like I said, they failed. The internet acts as a force magnifier. That's what it, make 10 men feel like 100. Maybe you've heard that saying. I think it's Chinese that say that. So that's what it does. So the community, the whatever it is, the trans gay community, I mean, they got the gas face on this one. They look stupid. To me, they look like bullies. And for them to say in one breath that they're victims while at the same time using bully tactics to try to prevent something from being successful, you all got to make up your own mind about that. To me, they're trash for trying to stop something. If you don't like something, you don't support it. And I don't know anything about the author of Harry Potter because I don't follow Harry Potter. I know the story. That you don't know the story, this JK, whatever her name is, she was on welfare in England. She was dealing with white zaddy in Britain. She was dealing with the zaddy, okay? And she basically babysit a bunch of rich, spoiled, bratty kids and made up the whole Harry Potter thing as a story to tell them. And she told one kid, then told another one, then told another one. And all of a sudden it became a big storytelling time. And one of the people that she one of the kids that she babysat, and I think this is an accurate story. Somebody can correct me in the comments. That's fine. She actually told the story, and one of the families was they were either an author or they worked at a publishing house, and they told her to either write it down or they will give her, they would help her put that into a book form. And now you have the Harry Potter series, and she's a gazillionaire now. So she went from being on the British version of the Zaddy, of White Zaddy, okay? She went on the British version. She was on the British version, whatever that is in England, their welfare system. She went from that to being whatever. I don't know. She may be a billionaire. I assume she's a billionaire because the movies have made at least $350. I mean, those movies came out and made a ton of money. So and there's been like 50 movies. It seems like there was one coming out every day at some point. So so that did not stop the people from going out and purchasing the game. And so congratulations to the people, because apparently it's a really good game. Now let me make this clear. I haven't played it. I haven't bought it yet because I'm still playing Forspoken, so. And yesterday I played my you-know-what off on Madden. I won the Super Bowl. I beat Dallas with the Bengals. I mean, I ran my last 4 games, including the playoffs. I averaged 41 points a game. So I unleashed this short passing attack. And using the Bengals, I've got T. Higgins. And I had Higgins and I had Jamar Chase. And in the when you go to the coaches thing, because I use the entire franchise thing, I made it so that the receivers, I got this mod or whatever you want to call it, this training thing for my receivers, that they were going to win off the break, off the jump of the, 90% of the time. And because I was able to run the football effectively, they had to drop a safety into the box. That left them with single high coverage. And I torched them with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is the cheat code. Like, I got him to the point where he is a 99 for me right now. And he starts off as a 93, but I got him up to a 99. And that makes him, based on everything, impossible to defend. It has to be something else that happens. It doesn't mean that Burrow won't throw a bad ball, because I mean, for me, Burrow threw several bad balls, but because he's not, like I said, I don't think he's as good a quarterback as the kid out at Los Angeles. I can't think of his name. Herbert. I think Herbert's a better thrower of the football. But Burrow, that short to mid passing game, oh my God. But single high coverage, Chase beat the cornerback right off the rip. And boom, you just throw the ball in that, it's called the hole shot, which is the shot between the safety and the beaten cornerback. There's a space right there. It's usually about 9 yards. And man, Jamar Chase caught that ball. He was playing in the Super Bowl. We were up, I think I was up 10-3 against Dallas. And I threw that hole shot and, ended up throwing 3 touchdowns and to Jamar Chase in the Super Bowl. And just Burrow, I think I threw for 5 touchdowns that game, and had 2 running backs over 100 yards. Just destroyed the Dallas Cowboys. Totally destroyed them. It was bad, guys. It was bad. But I had my second and third unit in with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I didn't put my starters into like one more drive with 5 minutes left, kind of the celebratory drive. Just blew them out, But I had my NFL draft, so I had a big day on my PS5 yesterday, and I'll have one this afternoon, it looks like. So I'll be playing Forspoken this afternoon. But as you can see, a tremendous success here. This game has earned close to $1 billion in 2 weeks, and it's under boycott. So it just goes to show you that the gamers will always win, and all this outside stuff it's just bullshit. And so congratulations to this team. I know Sony had marketing rights. And allegedly, according to Digital Foundry, this game looks and runs better on the PS5. It's not even close in all modes. So, and again, I haven't played it. I don't know anything about it. I know it's a bunch of kids with a bunch of magic wands riding brooms. So far, that's not super appealing to me, but I'll get to this game eventually. But I really want to congratulate the gamers that are enjoying this and the team, because that's no small feat to make that kind of money in a couple of weeks. That's, like I said, that's movie money. I mean, there's movies that don't make $850 million. And this game just came out and it's still going strong. It's going to be in the top 10, probably going into next month. And this game is going to make $1 billion. Okay, it's going to be $1 billion franchise. And congratulations to this studio. I think it's Avalanche. Congratulations to them. And hats off. And again, congratulations to the fans of the franchise who went out in spite or despite everything that was being said and the things that people were trying to do to it. And they went out and bought it. And my understanding is it sold overwhelmingly well on PlayStation and Steam. Xbox is they want those idiots want everything in Game Pass. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. A big shout out to No Cap's podcast yesterday with when Persona was talking about people, the entitlement that people have and people not wanting to work hard and go out and get stuff. And they want these companies, in this case, Microsoft and Sony, to make it easy for them to participate. That's a direct result of helicopter parents. If their kids fell down, they took them to the hospital. You know, well, what happened? The kid fell down. Well, kids fall down all the time. I mean, how many little boys don't have scrapes and bruises on them from falling down on the concrete? I mean, you knew the concrete was undefeated, right? You go in the house with that scab on your knee, and then you knew it was going to be all crusty and musty and all that kind of stuff. You knew it, and you sat there on the ground. Everybody knows that sound you made when you scraped your knee. You were like, ah, you know, you were making that kind of noise, you know. So, but shout out to him because he did a really good job on that podcast of breaking down this entitlement and people not wanting to work hard, and it's not going to be there for you up front. I'm one of a lot of people. Shout out to Porter Rock. We're going to get PSVR. We're just, like Porter Rock said, he's going to wait for it to come out and be in the stores. He can just go in there and pick it up. And that's what I'm waiting on. I'm also waiting on the fail rate. I don't, and we'll get more into that because I'm sure you've seen the fail rate. There's people's headsets not working right. There's people's Joy-Cons, whatever you want to call them, the hand pieces, they're not working right. There's way more working right than not, but there's a fail rate on all new electronic devices. I don't know if it doesn't matter if it's 1% to 7%. Sony has it's going to have a fail rate, and all they can do is wait to get them in people's hands to see who's is failing. And this is why I personally remember my own personal take is what? New electronics, I always give it 6 to 10 months because you don't know the fail rates. And Sony, and I don't know if it's 30 days or 60 days, they have to report the fail rate, okay? And so we'll see what it is. And then I go from there. Now, that's just me personally. That protects myself. The thing with buying new stuff, the thing with buying new things, especially electronics, is number one, you're going to pay more. If you don't believe me, if you're trying to put together a computer right now, the 3070 card, the NVIDIA 3070, yes, that 3070, it has dropped down to $300 in some spots. I kid you not. I saw a story this morning and I was like, OMG. If I had just waited a little while longer, instead of getting the 6600, I could have gotten the 3070. Now, Lincoln Clay, shout out to Lincoln Clay, he was going to sell me his 3070 for roughly 400, I believe, give or take, maybe more, maybe less. It's okay. It's cool. I didn't buy it. I went with the 6600, and maybe it was a 3060. I can't remember. But shout out to Lincoln Clay, and make sure you all go sub to Lincoln. He did a lot of VR stuff yesterday that I saw, especially on GT, Gran Turismo, which looked, it looks fantastic. You know, and he was telling you what he see. He said he saw a little bit of pop in with it. Again, that's part of what you're going to be dealing with VR. And like he said, it wasn't anything that was going to break the game. So, but go check that out. And but as you can see here, Hogwarts was phenomenal. It has sold very well. And again, I haven't gotten to it yet, and I don't know anything about Hogwarts, but because it's happening, whatever, 100, I think it was 100 years before Harry Potter. If I can get into the lore, maybe I can enjoy the game a lot more. All I know about Harry Potter is that he was in a flying car, and I'm like, this is trash. I can't watch it. That's the last thing, last thing I heard about it. So, but again, this is by WB Games. It has sold over 12 million copies and has made over $850 million. So them dudes are over there eating high off the hog. No pun intended there. They are eating high off the hog tonight. So, but yeah, so congratulations to them. Also, again, as far as PSVR, we are having a little dono war. As you can see, we're at roughly at 41%, give or take, of where we need to be. And so shout out to anybody that donates. That's where your donation will go. You will actually see it go in there, and check that on out. So I think I'm supposed to get a movie delivered to me today. I bought Captain America, the First Avenger. I bought that today, and I bought that on Wednesday, and that should be delivered today. And probably next week I'll buy Captain America's Winter Soldier. I'll be buying that in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna get all the Captain America movies. I'm gonna get all my Iron Man movies, and Thor. I think I got the first Thor. I think I'm good for phase 1. I'm moving into phase 2 when I get, so that'll be good. So, but yeah, but what do you all think? How many of you all are playing Hogwarts? Okay. How many of you all are playing Hogwarts? And if you are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it? And my question to you all, and I'm going to ask you a gaming question, and I want you to vote because there's about 45 people in here and I need your vote. This is going to be in real time. So we're going to start a poll. Which should I buy? Oh man, I guess I have to do the Q&A again. So I might have to close this Q&A. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. So I need to try to start another Q&A. There we go. Here it comes. Here comes the question. Should I buy Hogwarts or, oh man, what's the name of that game? Oh, here it is. Or Dead Space remake for PS5. There is your new question. All right. Should I buy Hogwarts or Dead Space remake? So we're going to kind of take an unofficial count at the end of the podcast because I got a little bit of cheddar. I'm going to go ahead and possibly scratch that itch today, especially if Best Buy doesn't have the CPU I want. So I might go ahead and get the game. You dig? So, but yeah. So, but what do you all think I should do? But congratulations to this team. I think it's fantastic that they're able to pretty much the boycott failed, and the boycott failed. So, so now we'll move to the PSVR news. Again, if you don't know, you should know, but there is a fail rate being reported with PSVR. Now, remember with Hogwarts, I don't know any of the lore for Harry Potter, so I don't know how much that will affect me at all. And maybe that'll help, starting to learn what the school is about and why they have to use magic wands and they just can't summon magic, like summon it, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not mad at that, but do you think it's a good idea? And if just let me know. It's one or the other. Should I buy Hogwarts or do the remake of the Dead Space remake? Now, remember, I just finished Callisto Protocol, so is Dead Space too much like Callisto Protocol? Should I wait? I mean, just think about that when you're voting. Don't be a fanboy. Don't fanboy it up. As somebody who's not, I haven't played Dead Space since I didn't play Dead Space, matter of fact. I never played Dead Space. Dead Space is one of those games that I did not play, I think because at the time it was out when Mass Effect was out. I'm like, nah, I'm playing Mass Effect. So But what do you all think? But we'll go to the next story here if I can move my fingers the right way. Nope, it's not coming up. That's what I thought. So let me go back. I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Bring all those down. Go to that one, then go to here, then go change my source. What up, Ice Queen? How you doing today? So if you don't know, now this is why I wait to buy electronics. This is just me personally. This is, you know, at number one, I can't afford it right now, you know, because I'm doing other things. So henceforth, why I'm crowdsourcing the PSVR 2. But there's two things you need to understand. There's several things when you buy new electronics. Number one, there's a saying. I understand you want the latest thing out there. You want to be the driver of the conversation. Well, if you go by day one stuff, that's exactly what you're going to be. But the downside of that is you are, in essence, in a test program for the fail rate, because the fail rate for this device has never been reported. And this is why I personally wait to buy stuff. There's some stuff I don't wait to buy, okay? But I will admit that. A Marvel movie comes out, I'm gonna go see that date, the opening night, it happens. Plus, I'll probably use my my NATO card and use my skills that I've already worked in the theater business before. I'll use that to go ahead and get myself in there for the sneaks. So, but for electronics, it's different. Now, as you can see here, this comes from GameSpot, and it says PlayStation VR 2 players are reporting issues with their Sense controllers. I've actually seen some headset issues as well. But this is part of being an early adopter to technology. This is part of it. It's unfortunate. It's like buying a brand new car. I mean, if you're one of the first 1 million to get a brand new type of car, inevitably you're going to have a fail rate on some of the cars. Not all of them, but you could have an issue. Why they have recalls. But according to this, it said that numerous users appear to be experiencing issues with the right Sense controller. Okay. So again, this is a minority of people reporting this. So it says it can't get button presses on their right Sense controller to register in games, explains the poster, mentioning the X and R2 buttons, which is the right side, in the head of the thread. The author noted that the main PS5 menu, there's no issue with the buttons, so it might be a software specific issue. Yeah, it may just need a patch. I mean, it could be that simple, right? So, but this is why I don't buy things up front and early. I just don't do it. You know, I wait for the fail rate and then I will go purchase. That's just the way it is. That's what I did with PS4. I remember when PS4 came out, there was one right there at Kmart. I could have bought it. I'm like, I don't know what the fail rate is. I'm going to wait. Then it took 6 months for me to find another. Well, not 6 months. It took me about 3.5 months to find another one. So, but yeah. But it says the thread lists a range of ways you can potentially fix the issue, starting with the official PlayStation method from the hardware's troubleshooting page, which is to turn the PS5 off, reset both controllers using a pin plug the right controller into the console, turn the console on again, and pair the left Sense based on the on-screen directions. Wow. Now, again, I saw people doing this, and it didn't seem very difficult, so that suits me. So I tell you what, if I went to Kroger and I saw somebody that looked like that woman right there, I'd probably run out of there like, ah. So, but it says other fixes include things like classic, turning it on and off again. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. You know what I'm saying? So, turning feedback off. So again, this is, I hate to say this, but this is normal. When you're dealing with new technology, you're going to, in essence, be the guinea pig and test it for people. And you're testing it for me because I'm not gonna get one until my birthday. And like I shout out to Porter Rock, like he said, I'm waiting on you know, we're waiting on to be able to just walk into a store and go to the customer service rep and be like, yeah, I need to get this out of here. I need to buy this VR. You know, you need to come over here right now. And I'll be like, get in my belly. So, so Dead Space is a great horror game. Oh, I'm not denying that. I just played Callisto Protocol and I had a great time. So, but I like melee combat. So I like melee combat more than shooting. So that's why I like the Fallout series. I would always, now there were some times when like I used that alien laser gun and rifle and I would just be vaporizing people. But for the most part, I liked melee combat. I was using like the wooden bars and pipes and whacking off, you know, destroying people's faces. So, and then with Callisto Protocol, I was able to do that. And people were like, they don't like the way they have to move. I'm like, well, like I said, I hate to see you in a street fight because you get your ass kicked. Like you don't know how to watch the gait of people when you're fighting them. You know, their gait is going to dictate where they're going. So, but anyway, so just remember that when you're voting. Again, should I buy Hogwarts or Dead Space remake? Either way, I win. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm going to win as a gamer. But just what do you all think? There is no right or wrong. Just what do you all think? Somebody put neither. Okay, you can vote neither as well. So let's see here. So a lot of people are saying I see more Dead Space than anything. So it may be Dead Space. So yeah, that was at Wally World. I could have bought that the other day when I was at Walmart. So, so you can't play Madden anymore. It's boring. Well, there's a lot of changes in Madden, but you have to play it year to year to see the changes. I don't disagree with you though. I've played Madden every year since 1992. So I've been playing Madden every year since 92. I mean, every year. And we're supposed to get the college football game back as well. So, let's see here. Never played Dead Space, but it looks like Callisto, and I didn't like that game. Well, remember, Dead Space is, Dead Space is a, I think the people that made Callisto also worked on Dead Space. That's why they look alike. So, oh, Don, I certainly hope you're doing better. What's up, Philip? So, bring back NFL 2K. Can't. EA bought the rights for NFL football. So, 2K was more of an arcade style game, though. It wasn't Madden's more of a sim. So, yeah, Jay Holyfield said he hates to hear it. He had, look, 90, I don't know. Probably if the fail rate is 3%, that means 97% don't have an issue. But there's going to be a percentage of failure. That's all electronic devices. I don't, I remember when I was a little kid and my mom and dad got me the Millennium Falcon for Christmas. And it wouldn't make the button. It was supposed to make a noise when it jumped to light speed. My button didn't work, and I was there in the living room crying. But the Kenner plant that made the Star Wars toys at that time was in Cincinnati, and my friend's mother worked at that plant, and she took me and my brother and Anthony up into that plant. And this is where we saw all these Star Wars toys. We couldn't believe it. Like, it was like we were little kids, right? We would only see this stuff in the stores, right? And we saw them in this store called Gold Circle. You know it by its gangster name called Target. Target used to be Gold Circle. So when I went into the Kenner plant as a kid, we were little kids. They gave us little hard hats and goggles, and we went into the plant, the shipping part of the plant, and we saw all these Star Wars toys. We saw stuff that wasn't even out yet. The Slave One, the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. This stuff hadn't come out yet. And they gave me another box with the Millennium Falcon in it, and it worked. It worked. They took it out of the box and put the batteries in it. I remember it took D batteries and it worked. And I was so happy. I couldn't believe it. I went home and played in the backyard. It was pathetic, but it is what it is, right? So, yeah, so there's a fail rate, guys, and I'm not mocking the PSVR 2. I'm simply saying that there was going to be a fail rate. This is normal. Of course, you're going to have fanboys try to dress it up and be like, it's not working right, things like that. But again, it's going to work right for the majority. Again, if it has a 3% failure rate, that means 97% of people don't have a problem. And that failure rate of 3% is not very high. If it makes any difference to you, the Xbox 360 with the red ring of death had over 36% failure rate, which is 1/3 of Xbox 360s that came out were defective. So there was going to be a class action lawsuit against, against Microsoft. That's why Bill Gates came out and said, we're going to fix it all for free. And we're going to redesign the Xbox that's why, remember the Xbox 360, whatever they called it, S or whatever, the black one, it was smaller. I had that thing and you couldn't even tell it was on. And I was blown away by it. I remember I bought that thing in like 2010 and went right. I mean, I remember Don Matrick came out and said, at that press conference, this is the one where he had a great presser. He said, when can you buy this new Xbox? He said, it got shipped out 2 days ago. It may be in your stores right now. You need to check. I went to Best Buy. Sure enough, they had a pallet, still had the plastic over it. I said, are these for sale right now? And they said, yeah, we just have to cut it out of there. I said, well, get it out of there. I want one. And I bought it. I took my old one back to GameStop. They gave me like $124 for it. And I went ahead and guess what game I repurchased and played again? You guessed it, Mass Effect. So, so I replayed Mass Effect on the new one, and lo and behold, I had a great time. So, Jay Hollyfield said, yeah, they're on the online storefronts on Amazon and Best Buy, so it shouldn't be long. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, we're crowdsourcing. We have till August, and I'm hoping to pick up a few dollars more. For anybody who wants to donate, that'd be great. But if not, I'll be getting it. It'll just be closer to August, so that's cool. So that boo massive. Yeah, I picked it up, and that's what I started playing again. So. But so remember, guys, there's going to be a fail rate. Don't get too caught up in all the BS that you're going to hear. I'm sure other people later on today will be talking about they're failing. And again, there is this overall mantra of because I'm paying all this money, the shit's got to be flawless. And those people are stupid. Okay. There's no such thing as a flawless electronic device. It ain't happening. It's not going to happen. So, there is a fail rate, unfortunately, with electronic devices. So, and it doesn't matter what it is. ColecoVision, when it came out, it had a fail rate. I remember that. My neighbors didn't work right. He took it back to the store, got another one. So it worked. It's my mom years ago bought something called a salad shooter, and it didn't work right when she got it. Guess what? They had to take it back to the store and get another one. It fails. It's a fail rate. So, and it's unfortunate, but it does happen, especially with modern day electronics. My brother's girlfriend, brand new iPhone, whatever it is, iPhone 50, whatever it's called. Guess what? They had issues trying to transfer the information to her phone. I don't know how that works, but they couldn't get it to work right. So guess what they did? They got her another one. It's fail rate. They shipped it back to Apple, got her a brand new one, gave her like 2 months for free or something like that. I don't know what they did with her to make her a happy customer again. We'll give you 2 months for free. You don't have to, your first bill won't be until like March. This is last year this happened. She bought it in February. Oh, your new bill won't be till March 25th. Oh, okay. Yeah, that takes care of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way they do it. So you buy headsets. Your headsets may not work right. It happens. It does happen. That's why you have to be careful if you're like me, I still use the plug-in. I don't Bluetooth anything. So I have to be careful when I remove the cord. I just can't shake it out of there. I have to, there's a certain way you have to take it out. You know, there's a certain technique I use to take it out of the hole. So that just, you know, that's just because I like to take care of my stuff. I still have stuff from, you know, when I turned 20 years old. You know, I still have headsets. It's funny to see the headsets I have when I was 20 versus the ones I have when I turned 40, and on and on and on. So that ponies are never satisfied. Well, yeah, they're ponies. They're not going to be satisfied. The gamers, however, are. Most of the people I've seen playing PSVR are blown away by it. I've seen people playing No Man's Sky. They're enjoying it. I've seen people playing Gran Turismo. They're enjoying it. And that's why you bought it. But I agree 100% with what Persona was saying about the, and I've said it before, about the entitlement that people have. I'm glad that, you know, he's even mentioning it now, that you got to work. He's right. You got to do the work. And, you know, not everything's not equal. I can't go to Best Buy and purchase a $5,000 TV. I mean, I can't. I don't have it in my budget. But I'm not going to sit around and complain about the price of the TV. Well, how dare Samsung charge this much for their TV? How dare Sony charge this much for their TV? Guess what? I just won't buy it. I won't buy it. And you know, it's not meant for me to have it. You know, I am where I am in my life. Yeah, I'm starting a new position. Yes, it's going to pay me more, but I ain't buying no more TVs. This TV I got, and I know you've heard me say it before, this is the last TV I'm purchasing. You know, and that's probably why I was holding off on it for so long, because I like TV so much. But, you know, this is the first CES I watched, and I watched the TVs, and I'm just kind of like, okay. Because my TV does all that stuff. It does HLG, whatever it's called, an HGIG. And I really recommend, if you have an OLED TV, make sure if you have an HGIG setting for gaming, put it in that setting. I mean, okay, that's all I can say. I know everybody has different ones. People have Samsung's TVs are already super bright. Like I said, you could put that at an airport and the airplane will try to land on it because it's so bright. But you know, but that's, you know, I've had every one, and the LG is the best TV I've ever had, and I've had them all. Okay, I've had Philips, I've had a Philips LED, I've had a Panasonic TV, I didn't have a Panasonic TV, but I've had Panasonic speakers, but I've had them all, and just the LG is the best OLED TV that for the money right now. Now maybe something comes out at the end of this year that's better, but I mean, even the Hisense H9, I think the H9s, they're really good too. Don't get all caught up in it's a Hisense. Go in there, you tell those MFers to turn off all those screens. If they want you to buy something, like, man, look, I'm trying to make a purchase here. You tell them that. I'm trying to make a purchase. I need you to turn off all these TVs. I need to see what this Hisense is doing. And they'll do it. Make no mistake about it. They will do it. If they want your business, they'll say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. And don't be afraid to, I mean, again, this is your money, right? You're looking at an over $1,000 purchase. So you need to go ahead and make sure your money is going where you need it to. If you say, look, let me see that Hisense picture, let me see that Samsung picture. If you stand back 8 to 10 feet and you don't see a major difference, you go with the Hisense. All right? And not unless you just have a big time hard on for Samsung, like I would. I'm like, well, I'm getting the Samsung no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. And but you may not be in a position to buy the Samsung, and that's perfectly fine. It's not Samsung's job to make their TVs cheaper so you can buy them. It's up to you to put yourself in position to purchase it. And what I saw, and shout out to Persona for mentioning it, you got a bunch of guys out there that don't want to do the work. They want the companies to do the work for them. So when you have these Xbox guys, You know, you have these Xbox guys, they're upset. Well, these games aren't coming to Xbox because you all don't purchase them. I mean, how do you think that makes the company feel? You don't support what they're doing because you're a cheap bastard. So, okay, you're going to punish the whole company because you feel some sense of entitlement. That's not the way the world works. You're going to get hit in your nose and you're not going to know what to do about it. So you have this other game that's supposedly coming out, Boulder's Gate, which there was a rumor. Shout out to Mr. Holton. Yes, that same Mr. Holton that wears the N7 jacket from Mass Effect. He reported on either Tuesday or Wednesday that we were going to get a Boulder's Gate announcement soon. Now, he didn't go into detail because he didn't know a whole lot more, but he was dead on. This Boulder's Gate going to the PS5 is a big effing deal. All right. And it just is. And I left links in the descriptions for everything that I'm talking about. This is a big deal. And I want to make sure that the quote Xbox community understands what I'm about to put up on the screen is the reality of what's going on. All right. So as of right now, there is nothing stopping this game from going to Xbox. And we're going to share this story with you. And this comes from Push Square. And remember, either you're a circle or you're a Push Square. Shout out to Foxy Games UK. So Sony has no console exclusivity over Baldur's Gate 3. All depends on the, was it Loran Studios. So this Microsoft, for all we know, tried to get this game and they didn't do it, or maybe Microsoft didn't try to get the game. So, but it says here, Sony revealed during its State of Play showcase last night that Baldur's Gate 3 will be making its way to PS5 along with the PC version on August 31st. So it says, since an Xbox Series XS version hasn't been confirmed in the time since the news broke, many have assumed Sony has paid for console exclusivity. However, this isn't the case. And this is what I thought when I saw the announcement. It says a PR representative tells Push Square there is no exclusivity tied to the game's launch. Right now, I hope I'm saying this right, Loran, it's either Loran or Loranen, is planning to release Baldur's Gate 3 for PC, Mac, GeForce Now, and the PS5. That said, they don't have exclusivity and will announce support for additional platforms if and when they're ready. So again, so the Xbox community running around crying, saying, here's another game Sony's keeping up. Wrong. Here's your information right here that clearly states that's not true. The question is, why didn't Phil Spencer and or Matt Booty try to go get this game? And let's be fair, maybe they did try to get the game and they couldn't get it into the Game Pass. They couldn't get it in there, and they're going to charge. And it's just, to me, and this game may pop up on Game Pass tonight or 1 o'clock today, 1 o'clock this afternoon. They could say this game's coming into Game Pass as well. I'm not here to say it won't, but what I don't want to hear is people saying this game's being kept away from the Xbox, because that's bullshit. We can see it. We have a PR announcement. It's just, hey, look, for whatever reason, and I'm saying for whatever reason, Xbox did not go in and get this for whatever reason. Either they may have tried and failed, or they may not have tried at all. But this is a big effing deal getting this game, because Baldur's Gate has a huge audience, especially on PC. So I hope that the people in the PlayStation gamers look into Baldur's Gate, look into the lore. It's pretty cool. You can see there's monsters and dragons, and looks like a kraken that ain't lacking tentacles right here. So hopefully you all look into this and put it on a potential list to buy. Again, August 31st, if you all are interested in it. So, but again, this is a big deal. this I thought, and we can go into what I thought about the show yesterday, which I gave it a 7.5. I thought it was just it was a solid show. It was nothing. I mean, the 3 games that stood out to me, the 3 that really jumped off the screen, especially if you watch it in 4K, Resident Evil, then the fighting Capcom, the fighting game, with Street Fighter, and then Baldur's Gate. The Baldur's Gate announcement is huge, and it's not settled in. And then the other games that they show going into the PS Plus Essential tier, all that kind of stuff. The day and date release, was it what's the name of that game? The animated games, it's T'Challa or something like that. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I was because they weren't able to secure Ember Labs, Kena Bridge of Spirits. They weren't able to secure that day and date. That's what a lot of people thought they were trying, but Ember Labs held strong. I was like, nah, y'all gotta go pay for it. And we did, right? We bought that game. Shout out to Ember Labs. But this woman has put this finger hut stuff right in front of my face, and there's nothing on here that we really, you can always use more pots and pans, but there's really nothing we really need. So, but huge get for Sony, and congratulations to PlayStation owners. If you don't have a PC, you may want to look at Baldur's Gate. But again, huge games going into the service from Battlefield, if you want to play that, because you have to remember Battlefield is going to get a single player campaign. Now, I ain't buying it until they get a single player. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to play it till they get a single player, because every Battlefield game that has come out has had a single player. And so this is the first one that I can recall that doesn't have a single player. Nelson Gaming said tons of games don't go to Xbox. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Well, I mean, again, that's my whole take on it is not, I don't care about Game Pass either way. I don't want to hear these clowns. At least I'm not going to tolerate anybody saying, well, Sony's keeping this game off of Xbox. That's bullshit. The people that were saying that yesterday, complete bullshit. You know, they don't know what they were talking about. So Game Pass being good or bad, that's not up to me to determine. That's, you know, the consumers will determine whether it's good or bad. So, getting Baldur's Gate, showing Resident Evil 4, showing Street Fighter, showing 3 or 4, what was it, 3 to 5 more VR games. So they're up to what, like 40 VR games. They're, you know, by the end of the year, they'll have 40 VR games, you know, out minimum. So that's, again, that's a big deal. I've said this multiple times that, you know, it's a big effing deal to get this stuff. And the Baldur's Gate might be time. No, it's not time. There's nothing again, that's not true. You know, that is not true. There ain't nothing timed about it. So it is what it is. It's a lot of things, but time is not one of them. Yeah, time isn't one of them. So that's a lie. It is coming the same day on PC. It's coming to PlayStation, and it's not going to Xbox. So, and it's not going to Xbox not because it's a timed exclusive, nothing like that. It's not going because it's not going. There's one more game skipping. As of right now. Now, later today, Microsoft may announce, it's coming. That's fine too. 40 VR games out by March, over 100 in development. Yeah, that's great news for the people who went out and got it early. You can't say, I ain't got nothing to play. I ain't got nothing to try. I mean, shout out to what Sick Humor was saying yesterday on his podcast. He said he bought, what, like 10 or 12 games? He got almost all of them. So he got a lot of stuff to play, and that, which is good. I mean, I'm really trying to get this out there. This is good news. This is good news. The Hisense you can try for 90. The Hisense has good. Yeah, they have good TVs. They have good TVs. That's what I'm saying. If you can't afford the Samsung and you can't afford the Sony, you can't afford the LG. Look at Hisense. Look, I'm a TV sexual tyrannosaurus. Okay. And I'm telling you, the next TV down I would go to is Hisense. That's the next one I would go down to. So, and that's just me. You know, that is me. So but everybody's different. And I put in the work to get to where I am, get to where I'm going. And I'm very excited about the opportunity that I have, but it wasn't always like that. It wasn't like that all the time, man. You just have a group of people that say, well, I have a college degree and I should be able to do this. No, I mean, having a degree, this means education. It doesn't mean knowledge. Just because you have an education doesn't mean you have the smarts to deploy that into the field. You dig? So, Lincoln Clay, shout out to Lincoln Clay.
The
for
launch of
$5.
PSVR 2 is a day I'll never forget. Thanks for joining me on the unboxing.
Oh, Lincoln, come on, brother. You ain't got to thank me for that, man. I was so happy to be there. And the genuine joy you heard in you all's voices. And I was listening to Sick Humor's podcast yesterday. The genuine excitement that Jay Barry and Persona had, that was genuine excitement. I'm happy for that state. Okay, you know what I mean? I'm happy for the gamers. That's why I like to play. I want that same feeling, like it's like the new car smell. You just get the new car, you're like, it's just you got that new car smell, man, and that's great. And they, even Marlon Gaming Nation, as much flack as he takes, he was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it on this alone, So I watched his podcast when he unboxed it and put it on. So shout out to him. He also got a steering wheel I saw. Shout out to the person that gave him the steering wheel. That steering wheel is on sale, by the way, at Amazon. If you all want it, the G29. I don't know if it has force feedback. I don't know, but because there's two or three steering wheels out. One, the lower end one does not have force feedback. The higher tier one has it. It's like a HOTAS joystick. The HOTAS that I have does not have force feedback. Whereas at the HOTASes that are the higher end HOTASes, got them. Because I'm looking at a high end HOTAS right now, but it's got to come down to 200. You dig? It's got to come down to 200. I am not going to spend $240 on a HOTAS. I'll spend 200 because I love my flight sims. But yeah. So so shout out to all that have this VR and are just blown away. I can't remember, was it Jay Barry that said he got no words? I mean, he was just blown away by it. What's up, Decimi? So, but I'm hoping that Sony looks into getting some type of flight sim game on their console. Okay, because that's a big missed opportunity because they sell the HOTAS, right? Sony sells a HOTAS, a Thrustmaster HOTAS, right? Sony does not have anything in VR to take advantage of that we know about. Let me say that again. Let me make sure I preference that we know about. So Zez says that Baldur's Gate 3 has been in early access since forever. It seems on PC. PC developers are usually just glorified indie devs. They may not have money like console or primary pubs. I guess that's publishers. Devs do, they choose wisely. Oh yeah, maybe. PC gamers are a joke for most part. None of these games push the hardware that much. As far as PC hardware, is that what you mean? So kind of explain that. PC hardware isn't, I just think you all don't understand that. All right, like right now, the 3070 is on sale for like $300. I highly recommend if you're looking into getting a PC, building one, buy that card now. Then go buy the CPU that I'm cheaping out on. That's $119. You could buy your CPU and your GPU for under $450. That is a steal. That is a steal. Hisense makes good budget gaming TVs. Yeah, they make, well, no. Hisense actually makes a better TV than TCL. TCL makes a good budget gaming TV. They do. Can't deny that. It does everything. It just don't do it as good. You dig? So, the PSVR gets a Killzone game, that would be fire. Yeah, they might announce that in a couple weeks. We don't know. We just know, don't they have some other game that's coming that came out? It's like a shooter game and you were on Mars or another planet or something like that. So, I mean, again, yeah, and they're getting, I know Rainbow Six is going to have VR support coming. Kind of breaking news right there. So, so he said that Hi-Fi Sense is garbage. Well, not the H9. I don't know about the other ones. The H6 probably is garbage. I don't know, but the H9 is actually up there. I've seen that TV. I've seen it working. It's a good TV. So don't get caught up in that hogwash. So, so yeah, what did I think about the state of play yesterday? I thought it was fine. What I am seeing is what I said before. I'm seeing a bunch of content creators pushing an agenda that more is going to be there so that their homosexual asses have more to talk about on their own podcast. But it's simply not true. State of play is exactly for what we saw yesterday. We got, and again, Sony put out their itinerary for exactly what you were going to see, and you saw it. And it is trash. To me, it's like what's going on with the Marvel stuff right now. Even though Marvel's got, what, 28 movies out, maybe 29, I can't remember now. Marvel has like 28 to 29 movies. Out of the 28 to 29 movies they have, 9 of them have made over $1 billion. And now everybody expects them to make $1 billion on everything. Even Ant-Man. Ant-Man, even the comic book Ant-Man is a D-level comic book. He's an Ant-Man, for crying out loud. So, I mean, so the movies aren't going to be making $1 billion. That's nuts. All right, so a list of the Marvel movies that have made $1 billion. This is off the top of my head. Black Panther, the first one. Captain Marvel. Avengers, Age of Ultron, Avengers, Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. That's 6. Then you had Guardians of the Galaxy, the second Guardians of the Galaxy. That's 7. And Captain America Civil War, that made $1 billion. And I want to say Iron Man 3 made $1 billion. So that's what, 8 to 9 of the 26 to 27 movies. So Ant-Man is going to make, I have said, anywhere, it should make about $810 million, which is more than Ant-Man and Wasp, which made more than the first Ant-Man movie. That's what you want to see. You want to see the second movie making more than the first. And if you have a third, you want it to make more than the second. That's just the reality of it all. If not, they're going to say your series underperformed. So the original Venom movie made $800 million, right? The second one, I don't think made $800 million, which means the movie underperformed. That's the truth. Well, the second Venom underperformed. The Iron Man 3 was worse and was the worst Iron Man. I'm just saying, again, it still made $1 billion. And none of the Thor movies, maybe Love and Thunder, I can't remember. We can look it up. There's been 4 Thor movies, and let's see if Love and Thunder made $1 billion. Let's go to Box Office Mojo. Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah, let's just check the numbers. Let's see here. You can pull this up. This is a big page. All right, we're going to put the number up there and you all can see it yourself. So there's been 4 Thor movies and Love and Thunder made, there you go, $760 million worldwide. I'll blow it up for you so you can see. Right here. Here's your worldwide total after a 10-week run. Now remember, movies used to run for 13 weeks and then go to the dollar theaters, right? They don't do that anymore. They go 10 weeks and then they go into an ancillary market. So it does. So that's how much money it made. Let's see, Thor. Rag. Let's just see what comes up. Well, It's not gonna come up. Thor rag. Now let's just go back here. Thought it would find it like that. So let's go back here. Now remember that number, 760. Let's just call it 761. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok made 853 million. So Thor Love and Thunder underperformed. All right? It didn't make as much money as Ragnarok. It's right there in front of you, okay? You should be able to see it. So you can go back one more. So Ragnarok was the third movie, right? So Thor Dark World is the second movie. Dark World made 644 million. So again, Love and Thunder made more than the second Thor, but made less than Ragnarok. Now let's go back and see what the first Thor made. Remember 644, that's the sequel to the first Thor movie. And remember, Thor Dark World is considered the worst MCU movie out there, like the worst. So, and the first Thor didn't even make 500 million. So, I mean, and let's, you know, that's what cracks me up about this stuff. So we can look at Ant-Man. Let's see how much Ant-Man made. 2015, Ant-Man made half a $500 million. So we can go Ant-Man and Wasp. Let's see how much it made. Ant-Man and the Wasp made, see how it outperformed the first one. 600. So the third Ant-Man needs to make 622 million minimum in order for it to be called a success. If it comes in under that, it's going to be like, so this made $1 million more, give or take, than $1 million more, $100 million more than the original Ant-Man. But the second one, the third one, Quantum Mania, Ant-Man, Quantum Mania. Whoops. Well, let's go back because my spelling's off. So let's go back. And this is how you determine. All right, here's Quantum Mania. Right now, Quantum Mania is at 261 million worldwide. It's got an even split domestically and international. So, and that's a worldwide release. It has been released all over the world. So it's even been released in China. Okay. So, so right now it's at 261 million. So I think, so what do you all think it's going to make? It made 100 million at opening. So people are still going to the theaters to see it. 100 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. So, but it's at 260 million. So what am I doing here? I'm just showing you the way things look, you know, when they perform and underperform. The Hogwarts game is going to make $1 billion. I mean, that's amazing. That is amazing. So, Firewall Ultra's the name of that game. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Yeah. You need that PSVR. Yeah. Well, again, that's fine. You can get it. You can get it. I'm pretty sure you can go on Sony Direct and order it. So, let's see here. Love and Thunder, if it was just a regular movie, I could say I enjoyed it. But for a Thor movie, you didn't. It was too many jokes. Supposed to be can't for one of the strongest Avengers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Thor is so powerful. They've kind of watered him down, making jokes. I don't deny that. He's very powerful though. I mean, we saw it. We saw it, but you have to remember that. You have to remember this. Ragnarok happened. They escaped. Thanos happened. Thanos killed 50% of Thor's people. Then he snapped his fingers and he killed another 25%. So Thor's people, Thor himself is, remember, he's not Thor, King of Hammers. Remember what Odin said? He's, Asgard isn't what gives you power. The people do. The people give you the power. So he's only at 50%. You have to remember that. When Thanos snapped his fingers, he wiped out 25% more or 75% of Asgardians are gone. Then Hulk snaps his fingers, brings another 25% back. That's how that math works. And now he's at 50% of what he should be. So he's still powerful, but he's not that as powerful as he could be. That, if that makes sense, that's the way it is. Because the first 50% of people Thanos killed was on his ship. And that was just by brute force. He killed them. So including Loki. So it is what it is. So so you gave it a 3 out of 10. Well, I guess State of Play a 7.5, 7 out of 10, because it's exactly what Sony said it was going to be. And what the problem that I see happening is you have a bunch of content creators who want more. That way they can give more information, and then they can strip and stunt for super chat money, and they get upset. It's like, look, if I give you an itinerary of exactly what's going to happen, if you sit down and you're having a meal, like a service meal, which means they come, they bring you the appetizer, then they come back around and take the appetizers away, then they bring you your course meal, and then they come back and take that away, then they bring you the dessert. That's what you got. You get an itinerary. If you're gonna get shrimp and steak, that's it. Don't ask for a goddamn pork chop. And that's what I'm seeing the content creators do. You know? So, but again, like I said, I enjoyed it. It's a State of Play. These guys are desperate for some kind of showcase. They keep talking to you all about it because that's what they want. They want a showcase. So that Hogwarts Sword Like Fire. So yeah, a lot of people was left disappointed. Well, there was a lot of people that weren't. The people who were disappointed, I don't know why they won't look at Sony's itinerary and say, yeah, that's what they're going to show. For some reason, Sony puts out so that's what cracks me up about this stuff. Sony puts out exactly what they're going to show. And then even though they do that, people are saying, well, they should show this. You see what I'm saying? The entitlement. Well, I don't care what Sony says they're going to show. Sony needs to show what I want to see. Like I said, bitch, please. That's what I'm saying. You know, the problem isn't Sony. The problem is the people, you know. And again, it's not all the people. Pure water. So you can't give it a grade. Well, that's fine. I mean, it's not, I'm telling you what my opinion is about it. If you had a bad opinion of it, that's fine. But I can see if Sony said, we're going to show you a bunch of first party games and then they don't show nothing and you're disappointed. That makes sense to me. But if they show you exactly what they say they're going to show you, to me, you have no right to be disappointed. But if you are, you are. I mean, for all I know, your mama wanted a little girl and she had a boy and she's disappointed. I mean, I don't know. So the doctor told me it was a girl. Yeah. So what was disappointing about the show? Somebody, you know, what was disappointing in the show? What, you know, why did the show bust your nut? You know, when they told you exactly what they were going to be showing, why are you upset when they showed you exactly what they said they were going to be showing? I mean, this, you know, that's, you know, why, you know? There we go. Hold on. Let me. No, not doing that one. I'm trying to find this dev that left. We have a lot of devs leaving Microsoft. I see that for whatever reason. So I'm trying to find. I just had that on Xbox, Pure Xbox. You go back to Pure Xbox again. Well, you all can tell me what disappointed you. What disappointed you in that? What you saw? Let's see here. Where'd it go? I mean, I had it pulled up. Oh, let me go here. Yeah, please. I mean, I don't know how I pull this. Ah, there it is. Good grief. Man, that took a long time for me to find. I apologize. Jeff didn't say it says hot indies or third party, or am I wrong? Yeah, I did say that. That's exactly what it said. It said indie developers, VR, and it said VR, it said indies, I think, and it said third party. That's what they showed. That's what they showed. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that sounds like, and they said it was going to be a longer show than normal, and it was. They gave 15 minutes to the Rocksteady devs. Who doesn't want to be in business with the people that brought you Batman? And what that shows you is that Sony has marketing rights to this game. That's what it shows. And so again, I mean, it's okay not to like something, but what didn't you like about it? Especially when they told you exactly what they were going to show. So tell me what you didn't like. It shouldn't be difficult. So D Nice 41 says there's always these rumors of games that may be shown that turn out not to be. Yeah, I know, right? I don't understand that. And I don't know why you all believe rumors. I think what's happening is that there are a bunch of trolls that say, well, we're going to see Metal Gear. You're going to see Spider-Man. You're going to see, like, no, if that's what, again, Metal Gear is not being made, I don't think, by a Sony first-party studio. So why would Sony say you're going to see it? And if it's something Metal Gear will have its own little showcase, very similar to what Silent Hill did. And then during the Silent Hill announcement, you kind of figured out Sony put money into this game. So, and then Phil Spencer said, we ain't getting Silent Hill on Xbox. So again, which surprised the hell out of me. Like I said, I thought that game was only, I'm sure, and I thought when Silent Hill came out, it said it's 6-month exclusive, and maybe it did. Maybe I'm seeing things. I'm an old man, right? But if it said it was only going to be a 6-month exclusive, Sony must have went back in there and said how much for a full console exclusive. And they said $350, and Sony gave them $250. I don't know. So, maybe that was it. I don't know. Yeah, Suicide Squad got 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a rumor that Sony is buying Warner Brothers game studios. That's a rumor, though. So, and if they've marketed Harry Potter, which is distributed through Warner Brothers, I believe, and they're going to market this Rocksteady game, this could be a tryout. I don't know. But because Warner Brothers, you need to understand, Warner Brothers does want to offload these gaming studios. Warner Brothers just sacked everybody again for like the 15th straight time. There's been like in 5 years, there's been 2 or 3 different management teams at Warner. And that's over the TV and everything and games. So the rumor is that Sony, and I reported this in December, I believe, that they were in talks in December about possible purchasing these studios. Or it could have been over something Sony, part of it is them getting Sony's catalog into HBO Max, okay? Because Sony doesn't have a streaming service, right? They sell their intellectual properties to different people. So there's a very good chance that Warner Brothers becomes their version of Bethesda. You know what I'm saying? And that's, Sony, and again, at Microsoft, if it's true, Microsoft is going to throw a fit, and they have every right to try to, quote, block the deal. Hashtag stop the steal, like Trump was saying, right? So that's if that report is true. So, but I have confidence in that report that there's truth to it. There's truth in it. So, it is what it is. But I can't say I stand by my source. I just am like, there's some stuff that lines up, And it also lines up, let me make this clear, it also lines up that Warner Brothers meets with Sony because Sony makes movies and TV shows. Warner Brothers has HBO Max streaming, and they want stuff put on there. That's true as well. So, but what would you all think if Sony bought Warner Brothers games? This includes Batman. This includes Avalanche. They would buy it. They would have it. So you would literally have the Batman people. You would have access to the Batman people. You would have Insomniac as a first-party studio that makes Spider-Man games, and now they're making a Wolverine game. You had this could happen, especially if the Activision deal goes through. Because what Sony would say is, we didn't object to them buying Bethesda, even though Bethesda had 2 games slated to come to our platform. You see what I'm saying? Like Jim Ryan said, it's up to Microsoft those games come out to us. So, but what if they did that? What if Sony says, you know what, Microsoft pulled Elder Scrolls, a game that, you know, that millions of people were on PlayStation were enjoying. So we're going to pull Batman. I mean, what if that happened? What's up, John? I mean, what if that happened? There's a chance that's going to happen. Okay? And before Microsoft bitches and moans, they're like, look, you all still are playing Bungie's games. Speaking of that, is that Bungie game they show, is that not coming to the Xbox? I saw it for PlayStation, but what the hell, man? So what the hell's going on? What's up, Chris? And does Resident Evil 4 have Ada in there? Who was that woman that dude was running around with? Because like I said, I'm still waiting on that Ada chick. What's her name? Ada Wong or Ada Wu, or it was something like that. But every time it was some Resident Evil game where this dude would say, Ada, wait. Like my girlfriend I was with at the time, she thought her name was Ada Wait. So they just raised the price on HBO Max to what? I got it for $7.99. So what is it now? So what is my Discord? I put it out. Well, I put it in different people's things. So let me see if I can do another Discord invite here. Create invite. Copy. I'm going to see if it pops in there. I don't know. If this is going to work. Oh, that may have worked. Try that one, guys. That's the Discord. See if it works. So, but again, that's it. But look, let's talk about this developer telling Xbox to go kick rock. So, it's been reported and confirmed that Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami, and I hope I'm saying that right. If I have said your name wrong, I apologize. I mean, no disrespect. But he is leaving Xbox studio Tango Gameworks. Oh, what about the fact that Ghostwire Tokyo, which is one of his games, one of this guy's games, is coming to PlayStation. It's coming to the whatever, the service, the stream. So I'm just again, that was a big drop. So says here that we can confirm that this dude has decided to leave Tango Gameworks. Okay, then he said go kick some rocks. So he said that legendary game designer, is leaving Tango Gameworks, a Japanese studio that has been under Xbox ownership since Microsoft Activision of Bethesda. Who was in my Discord? All right. No, nobody's invited in yet. I mean, not right now. I'm about to ready to. But now, yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you all jumping in. I'm about to leave, so I do apologize. Had to bounce you all. Sorry. Matter of fact, let me shut down the Discord. But I'm glad that worked. So the Discord worked. That will get you into my Discord. I will go into the lobby afterwards in about 5 minutes if you all want to chop it up for a little bit. But let me finish this. So but yeah, the Discord worked. So there you go. Had to boot everybody out though. Like, get out. The dinner's not ready. Get out of the kitchen. So it says, good morning. Yeah, good morning there, Ice Queen. You're happy. You would be happy if Sony's getting WB. Well, it might happen. Yeah, there you go. Outside Gaming, I just blocked it. Yeah, let me make this clear. Ain't no way in hell Microsoft gonna let that go slide. I mean, I can tell you that right now. They are going to be complaining, but what Sony will say is that, we didn't complain when they bought Bethesda, so yeah, but yeah, the Sony is fighting them on Activision, and I don't know if you all saw, are you all following Red Dragon? If you want to look at some drama, according to Red Dragon, Tim Dog is so mad over this Activision stuff that he's talking about he's gonna expose Red Dragon, a conversation that they had like 7 years ago. I mean, according to Red Dragon, right? Tim Dog mad as hell because this Activision deal is not going through yet. So Worldwide Studios said Insomniac set the bar too high for superhero games. Look, a lot of people think the Batman games, you all don't kill me because you all do this all the time. What order do I play the Batman games in again? Because I may go ahead and try it because everybody has said they are so good. So, because there's like 3 of them, right? Craig's Discord was just invaded by friends. No, I mean, everybody's invited into the Discord, but not while I'm podcasting. I will talk to people in the lobby. You dig? So, they said Embracer Group just signed a deal with WBD for several Lord of the Rings movies to be created. I saw that. Yeah, there's more Lord of the Rings stuff coming. Yeah. Start with Arkham Asylum. Okay, that's cool. Red Dragon is the second. Yeah, I guess so. Said HBO went from 14 to 15. Yeah, that's too expensive. Yeah, that is way the hell too expensive. So yeah, I would drop it. And that's my opinion though. So that is 30 days away. Can't wait. Double dipping for sure. Got a pre-order. Collect. Are you talking about The Last of Us? So anybody know it? All right. So Asylum, City, and Night. Okay. So ACK. All right. I can remember that. All right. So, yeah, I will definitely, but yeah, there's a very good chance that they're working on getting WB. So HBO Max is your favorite server. Look, it's got good stuff in there. That Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, I loved it. Long. It could have been a little bit shorter, maybe 30 minutes off of it, but I loved it when he was driving that car through that fire and that he came out of that fire. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, boy, that was a good one. So it sent you into the voice chat. That's fine. Like I said, I didn't know what it was going to do. So you all can go to the lobby. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's a different one. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me change that. So let's just create a channel, create an invite. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me try this. Because I'm still unsure. I didn't think you all were there on purpose, but see if that one's different. Because I am in the lobby at this point. So you all pop into the lobby, I'll know which one to use. That one for gaming is, that is for gaming. You know, the lobby is where I will talk to people. I have no problem talking to anybody in the lobby. At the book a session, as they like to say in the Black Manosphere, book a session. You get HBO Max free with your phone service plan. What is that? Is that T-Mobile? Is that a T-Mobile plan? I can't remember. I know they got some plans out there. Netflix is starting to make you a believer again. Netflix. I remember having Netflix and it was $4.99 a month. So it was $4.99 a month. So yeah, you could be looking at WB being welcome to the family here. I'm bullish on Ballistic Moon. We talked about that earlier this week. If you didn't know, Sony looks like has purchased Ballistic Moon. Have to wait and see how that turns out, of course. So, but yeah, Yeah. And then yeah, you have The Last of Us coming on Sunday night. You have oh man, what was I about to say? Yeah, you have that coming on Sunday night. You have a lot of stuff going on. Sony had a big week. Sony had a big week. So just and you saw the jealous rage that people were in. I mean, people were madder than a hornet. So they're making a AAA horror game. Who is? Oh yeah, Ballistic Moon. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, code name Bates or something like that. So it could be something psycho. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. You have AT&T, so you get HBO Max for free. Oh, there you go. There you go. But guys, it's 11, so I'm going to get on up out of here. I do appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, the Resident Evil game made me a believer. Let's do the, let's see, let's end the Q&A. And so it looks like people were saying to get Dead Space and not Hogwarts, and then somebody said neither. So maybe I'll just go in there and flip a coin. And I've done that before. Gone into GameStop, said, okay, I don't know which one to get. I'm going to flip a coin, and we're going to see which one I'm going to get. And but yeah. But that is it, guys. Man, look, you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And, you know, join the Discord if you dare. And don't interrupt me though when I'm podcasting. But I understand if it sent you there, I get it. So, but again, that is a Discord invite. Hopefully that invites you into the lobby. I am in the lobby right now, and right now I am disconnected from Discord. So, and yep, I am now no longer in my Discord. So, but guys, have a good weekend. You all stay safe. Play the games. Have a great weekend. Go ahead and